Hola. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live stream, RJH live stream. And the date, what is the date? Sunday, 19th of September, 2021. 19th, day 19 that we've been in Spain. Yeah, day 19, so in Spain, and welcome. So straight off, I suppose, apologies for 2 weeks ago, I had a live stream and the battery went dead on the Apple. And long story short, we had to go down to Murcia, to an Apple store in Murcia, and get the laptop checked over, and it was a charger. So I think I must have brought the wrong charger. I don't know. I didn't think I did. Whether the currency is a little bit different in Spain to England, and it's one of the latest Apple Macs. Anyway, wouldn't charge. So I had to buy a new charger. Anyway, here we are, all back. So good to have you here. And so, yeah, it's been 2 weeks. I've been desperate to get back on the computer again to do a live stream. And yeah, so there'll be a couple more before we come back in October. So yeah, welcome to RJH live stream, Sunday, the 19th of September, 2021, all the way from Spain. So hola. I've been learning a little bit of the lingo, and the lingo has been, hola señora, does café con leche, does agua sin gas, and cerveza, agua sin gas, hielo. That's about my vocabulary. So what I need is some positive. And I think Harry asked a question a couple of weeks ago about the AP7 and the tolls. I think that was a question. We went down to Murcia on the AP7, was it, Lise? AP. No, we did a short spell on the AP7, and it does have tolls. So yes, Harry, the AP7 does have tolls. The N232, I think it is, or 233 is not. But the motorway is very, very quiet. So yeah, so that was a question that came out a couple of weeks ago. Now, I would take you outside and show you all the artwork that I've done, but if you go onto my Instagram page, if you're not a follower of my Instagram, you can do my Instagram. My Instagram is, what is my Instagram? Let me just have a look. All right, I'm going to put my Instagram name here. I am Robert J. Howitt. So if you want to add me on your Instagram, you can see my before and after pictures, because I haven't just been here on holiday, it's been a working holiday, and only now the last few days started to put my feet up and enjoy it and relax. But before I go into any of that, I suppose what I need to do is say a very big congratulations to all of the RJH trainees that have passed their bike goals, their goals this week, and that can be anything from taster sessions to CBTs to Module 1 and Module 2. Really has been a busy couple of weeks. And so a big well done to all of those. A big well done to Team RJH. So Sylvia, Graham, Charlie in the booking office, and all of the instructors that have been doing amazing and keeping the wheels turning, forgive the pun. And a very big well done to young Sophie and Stephen, who have started instructing. They've been busy training with us over the last few months. I think Stephen first started on the scene about a year ago, but with COVID and everything. So Sophie and Stephen both completed some CBTs on Saturday. So first day in Saturday, it was Saturday, over in Northwich. So well done to both of those. And if you don't follow us, all of you, on the Facebook, RJH Motorbike on Facebook, RJH Motorbike on Instagram, RJH Motorbike on Twitter, on all of those, you'll see that we've just had a big investment put into RJH Northwich, and a new fleet of Kawasaki bikes are really, really looking good. So big well done to everybody. Team RJH, well done. And also thank you and a well done to all. I'm still getting messages on the YouTube channel from people up and down the country that have been passing the tests or watching the videos, and the videos been contributing. So it's all very, very positive. Now, what I've got here, just to keep me going, because I'm going nowhere, so I might be on here for an hour, hour and a half, depends on how many of you want me to stay on. But I've got a little plate of snacks there. I've got a glass of orange. I've got a bottle of water. I've got a little treat, only a little one. Yeah, I've got one of those as well. But just to make me feel that I'm even slightly at home, I've got a little bit of a treat. So those are going to be for me later. So they're going to be a little bit later. Yeah, so trip down to Mercia in, when was it, about 2 days ago. Had to make an appointment in an Apple store down in Mercia. Went down, took the laptop down, ultimately had to buy a new charger, because as you all know, those that were on the live stream a couple of weeks ago, just wasn't charging. And for whatever reason, until I get home, I don't know, but it may be that I brought the wrong charger, because I've got 3 Apple computers at home, and I think I might have, don't know how, picked up the wrong charger. Anyway, all is looking good for tonight. So how are you all doing? How are you all doing? Let's have a little look in the chat and see what is going on. Good evening, Lisa.
Good evening.
Good evening, Harry. Good evening, Brycey. Good for you, Harry, the 1st of October. I'll tell you what, mate, I'm very jealous. If I was back end of September, I might have joined you, because I'm desperately wanting to bring the bike down. I'm thinking of bringing one bike down here and leaving it here, but that's another story. Good evening, Jude. Good evening, Sophie. Good evening, AW8. Good evening, Sylvia. Hola, Donna G. And actually staying in Donna G's villa. Yeah, so and to pay for me rent, I've done all the gardens and I've done all of that bits of DIY for Donna. So when you come back over, Donna, you will not have to do anything because it's all been done for you. And it looks absolutely stunning. Well, Harry, obviously need to, know your own body. So regular stops, keep hydrated, plenty of fluids in you, plenty of food. Don't go hungry. Obviously, food, fluids is going to keep this working, isn't it? So regular and chain maintenance. Yeah, well, listen, you just got to look at your chain, make sure it's lubricated, take a little toolkit. You might need to do some tensioning on the move. But yeah, use your common sense, Harry. Don't do too much at once. Good evening, Lisa, again. AW8, Rob, try to learn Olvidi my Cargador. Hope you're being not being rude. Yeah, on my Instagram account, my private one, which I put the link in there. I am Robert J. Out, I think. Put it on there. And you also follow me, you can do. But the before and after pictures I've done of the garden here and bits and bobs that I've done around the place is Bob the gardener. It's not Bob the biker, it's Bob the gardener. My plan is to combine food, drink stops with fuel stops. Well, when I came down, the last time I came down, Harry, I came down on the Pan-European, and it was a 5,000-mile round trip. And the Pan-European had a fuel range of 300. And that's what I used to do, because I took a bit longer to get down here, and then I blitzed it on the way back, just stayed down here then. And I used to fuel. So fill the tank up, have a water stop, have something to eat, go to the loo, back on, off I go again. And rode the bike until it needed filling up again. I mean, you see, obviously you're going to see places on the bike, aren't you? And you do see places, but you're not going to be stopping off. That's the thing. You won't be stopping off and sort of. Depends. But yeah, use your common sense. I'll tell you what bike that would look nice down here, Sophie, is that nice little Royal Enfield Himalayan. That would do. But to be honest with you, the Honda 500 down here, that Honda CB 500 would be absolutely spot on. So I could go off-road on it as well. Put a set of knobblers on it. I could go off-road. And it's for $5.5 grand. One of them, I might just get one. Keep it down here. I'm sure Donna won't mind me sticking it in the lounge. Ricey. Module 2 in a couple of weeks, watching some past videos on YouTube, noticed they weren't doing lifesavers coming on to roundabout going in either direction. Would this be a major fault? It might be, it might not be, just depends on whether there should be a lifesaver and what benefit the lifesaver would have been. But generally on approach to a roundabout, Bryce, you shouldn't be doing a lifesaver. Exiting the roundabout, you should be doing your lifesavers. Have you seen the video? I've done a video of the roundabouts. Have you seen it? If not, I'll dig out in a minute. I'll put a link on for you. Ah, young Talia. Talia's joined the show. Good evening, Talia. Now, let me just see if I can find that video. Brycey has just reminded me. And I'm sure it was on. Excuse me. There we go. Have a look at this roundabout, Brycey. Here it is, mate. That'll simplify it for you. Have a look at that and tell me what you think. Scratch 83, no, mate. No. Remember, your examiner could be in a car anyway, so he's not going to be able to follow you through. But in 20 years of teaching, I've only had one time an examiner, I think 2 times, sorry, an examiner has said to the student, if you feel like filtering, I'll follow. And it was seriously congested. I think it was an accident or roadworks. But no, you won't be expected to filter on your test. They do like you to make progress. So if you've got 2 lanes and one lane's quieter than the other one, make your progress if it's safe. Lane discipline, always stay in the left lane. But if you can make progress in the right lane, then do so. But filtering, if you get a couple of lanes, busy in both lanes, don't go filtering through up to the front and stuff like that. Not on your test. You're welcome, Scratch 83. We will see you next time, mate. Well, listen, Sophie, planning to spend more time in Spain. And knowing me, I'm not going to be able to just sit around doing nothing. So I'll probably have to do something, invite a few people over at different times or whatever, and start doing some touring around here, because the roads, well, it's just fantastic. It's a different way of living. I could get the bike in the lounge here. It's big enough. I can remember once, and she won't even mind me name dropping. This is sort of memory I've got. This is back in the early days. The Poaching family, a big building construction company, and the family live in Cranage, Holmes Chapel way over there. I remember teaching Mrs. Poaching. So it was the wife, taught Mr. Poaching, taught Mrs. Poaching, taught the kids. This is going back in the early days. Mrs. Poaching. She used to keep her Triumph. She had a Triumph Bonneville. She used to keep it in the kitchen. Well, that's what she told me at the time, which wouldn't surprise me. Used to keep it in the kitchen. Yeah, well, I don't filter at 40 miles an hour, Harry. That is one of the golden rules that I would not do, because there's too many numpties opening the bloody doors. So, and if I was advising anybody about filtering, always be able to stop if somebody was going to open that door. 40 miles an hour filtering, wouldn't recommend that, Harry. AW8, that is correct. 20 miles an hour is fast. So what's the weather been like in the UK? It's been good, hasn't it? Bit of a mini heat wave. The weather here has been absolutely stunning. But don't tell Talia that, because Talia came down here for 2 days. And then Could be an issue, Harry. You're not going to be able to deal with a car door opening at 30 miles an hour, young man, are you? You're filtering at 30 miles an hour and somebody swings open the car door, you've got a problem. Expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. You'd love to cruise down to Spain on your Triumph Trophy 1200. Well, that is an absolutely fantastic bike to tour down to Spain, without a doubt. Is there any... But your wife is slightly too heavy for the bike. Is there any way I can lower the centre of gravity? No, I suppose. Well, what advice could I give you for a heavier load? Suspension, tyre pressure. Yeah, suspension maybe. Stiffen it up a bit. Bit more air in the tyre. Or I'll tell you what would be the best thing, best thing to do, Mark, is tell your good lady to get a bike license, and then she could follow you down on her bike. And as it just so happens, Mark, we could recommend a really good bike school for your wife to get her bikes. I suppose that's the other thing, isn't it? What ladies on here on the RJH lady biker page? So we've got an RJH lady bike page. I don't know if I can put a link on here. If I can get a link for it. So that's quite an exciting thing. We've got about 60 ladies on it already. Now that's a group which is run by RJH, but it's a group that is only for ladies. Let me see if I can get a link for it. Should have somewhere. It's called RJH Lady Bikers. So I'm going to get the link on here. And if there's any ladies on here that want to join it, then do so. It's a growing group. And also, we've started thinking about having a lady-only section to the school. And there was a good name that came out, actually. So I said, and it was a lady that mentioned it. Let me have a... I actually quite liked the sound of it. That was it. She said, just for ladies. So maybe motorbike, RJH motorbike training, but a side spin to it just for ladies, because we've got a couple of female lady instructors and we're getting a lot of lady trainees. And I just think maybe we could grow that side of it for the ladies. So something we're thinking about. Michaelo, good evening, Michaelo. When traveling along a road with nice sweeping bends, what is your preference? Lean with the bike, upright position, or counterbalance? Either or, depends on many factors. I would suppose, Michaela, it would depend on what bike I'm riding, it would depend on the speed that I'm traveling, and it would depend on how sharp the bend is. So there isn't one or the other that I would prefer, and there isn't one or the other that I would teach. Like anything on a bike, there's one key word. This is my key word, and it's a word you have to be with speed, with positioning. It's a word you have to be with what you're wearing. And let me just put that word in there. If you don't know what it is yet, that is it. It is the key word that I would say is probably one of the most important words that I would use when I am riding my motorcycle. And for those that have missed it, flexible. Just for girls, but the girls, or the what was the other one? I put it on there. Girl, the word girls offends some more mature. So the word girls offends some of the more mature ladies. Even ladies offends some of the more mature. So it started off with the main women. Women, you know, a woman, it covers younger, older, but you know, female, just for girls, ladies. I don't know. It's something that would, no, I don't want to offend people, but I think there's some mileage in it. Well, we get a lot of, we have a policy as in our business. We have a policy which I'm just trying to think what it is. It's a very modern policy, so much so I can't even think what it's called, but it might be that it's in our...
We don't discriminate.
Yeah, we don't discriminate. Any Sylvia, I think, is on the live stream, but we welcome you know, everybody from, you know, wherever you are. We welcome everybody into the school. If your dream, if your goal is that you want to get into the exciting world of motorcycling, and remember our policy, we have got a our mission statement. My mission statement was brought when I first started the school. The mission statement is there, and it always has been. And this is the mission statement. Our aim is to introduce you to an exciting experience in motorcycle, offering the safest standard of training available and always measuring ways in improvement on the service we offer. And that is on our business aim, our mission statement. So anybody that wants to learn to ride a bike are more than welcome to come through the doors of RJH. Yes. So what has everybody been up to this week then? Have you had a good weekend? Have you been out anywhere on your bikes? Any trips? I thought that was somewhere on the website, but maybe it isn't. But I will dig it out, I think. If I can dig it out, I will. Squires, very good. And you had your first DAS lesson. Did you get on a big bike? Did they get you onto a big bike? Be interested to know what your first lesson consisted of, AWA. You passed the mock mod 1, brilliant. Yeah, because different schools work it differently. So on a first lesson, as an example, we'd have well, it depends what level you are, but if you've never ridden, then we'd have a conversion lesson, get you up onto the big bike. But if you've had experience on a big bike, it would be Module 1 slow speed. And then the next lesson is Module 1 high speed. So we do slow speed exercises, and then the high speed. Bryce, yeah. Approaching 20 foot from the roundabout, going third exit. So you do your mirror signal right in the right hand lane. You're doing a left lifesaver, don't know why. But yeah, I don't know why. But what you know, take from our videos what you think you can use. But ultimately listen to your instructors. You're paying your instructors who are, qualified instructors, you're paying them. So you listen to them. Paul Sugden, week on Friday, Module 2 booked. Where's it at, Paul? Where are you doing your Module 2? Over in sunny Hull. Well, good luck. Cram in some of our videos. Ask questions. Any queries? Ask questions. Yes, Sophie. That would be a good one for you. You and Sylvia. BC. So I take it when you're not turning under control in junctions, the bike's going away from you. Maybe you're going wide, swan necking over towards the white line, just letting the bike get away from you. So I've got a video here that I want you to have a look at. Did a video specifically for that fault, which is not being able to ride away slowly under control. And I'm going to put this link in here for you. So BC, swan necking and getting too close to the curb. There you go. This is a link for you, BC, and it's an acronym called POM. Watch that video. I'll just put a link in there. Watch that video and it will help you out. I can guarantee it. All right? So have a look at it and you tell me what you think. Likewise, Harry, watch that video. I've just put the link in. We use an acronym called POM, Prepare, Observe, Maneuver. And in your video, you'll see Graham doing it on a big BMW 1250. So if you can do it on a 1250, I'm sure you can do it on a dash bike. The Mod 1 stuff does help if it's been taught correctly, because you know you can pass a module 1, but that doesn't mean you say you've got your slow speed control. You do, but you don't. So if it's yeah, I mean, could be then speed, Harry. It could be where you're looking. Turn your wheel slightly to the left before you point a turn. There's lots of little tips. Yeah, that's good. Well done, AW8. You know, there's a lot of good schools up and down the country. BC, any tips on remembering to cancel the indicator? Right, let me show you this. I've done a video specifically on that. And also, what you've got as well is, if you look in the description below, I've put a lot of links in there. But let me get this one then, BC. Top tips. Right, here we go. Right, BC, have a look at this one. AWA, that's my top tips. I'll just put the video link again, BC. But ultimately, yeah, it's new road, command position, check your mirrors, cancel your signal. Yeah. Now, any of these videos that are readily available to anybody up and down the country, and all I would say is, because I had somebody today message me and said, your videos are fantastic. He said, if I could pay you, I would. So I said to him, what you can do in return is just leave us a Google review. So go RJH Manchester, leave us a Google review and just mention Robert's name. You know, because that in itself helps us. So all you need to do is Google search RJH Manchester and just say, you know, whatever you want to put. Give us a 5-star review on Google, mention Robert's name. Good man, AW8. Good man. So I'm going to see those Google reviews go up high tonight, am I? We do like Google reviews. We do like Google reviews. The other thing, I suppose, we haven't mentioned it tonight, have we? Anybody new on the channel, if you can subscribe and whatnot, and I mentioned that. Again, a lot of chat tonight, which is good. There's a lot of chat tonight, which is good. So once again, thank you all very much for joining us. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I get muddled up because the new Honda, be no doubt the same as yours, Harry. They swapped the horn and the indicator. They've put in a different place. So on the older Honda that I've got, the horn is at the bottom and the indicators are in the middle, and then the high beams at the top. And the 500X I've got now has got the indicators are in the bottom, the horn in the middle. So it's muscle memory. And when you ride in the two different bikes, you do get it sort of muddled up, which is a bit of a pain. Why don't they just keep it the same? I ask myself. Why don't they keep it the same? But I suppose it's a bit like Apple computers. Why don't they keep the connections the same? Why do they change the USB port? What is the point? Why do they do it? So you go and buy another one. Sophie, she's got the Harley, she's got the Triumph, she's got the Royal Enfield. She's got some bikes, says Sophie. Good evening, Hader. Missed you up there, Hader. Good evening. Trust you are well, Hader. Are you booked back in for your test, young man? Oh, that's nice orange juice. How old are you, Harry? How old is Harry? Almost 21. Right, Harry, you do not need an air seat. At 21, you do not need an air seat. When I was a young lad, I remember riding the 125 with our plates up and down the bleeding country. Good evening, Daisy. Here's our favourite viewer. Lady viewer is Daisy. Good evening. Daisy, Harry is 21, almost 21, and he's saying, what does he need to do a trip down to Spain to see his family? He's talking about an air seat. At 21, he's talking about an air seat. Can you imagine?
What is an air seat?
Well, it's like a cushion. It's like, to...
Maybe he's got piles.
Harry doesn't need an air seat. Sophie, yeah. Harry's got the Honda CB500X, same as mine, same as my bike, Salty UK, are electric bikes in the school's future? We've got electric bikes now, just shy of 10%. Just shy of 10% of our fleet are electric, and we will be introducing more electric bikes next year. I would think that that percentage is going to increase. So yes, Salty, ultimately, I think electric is the future. Yeah, I don't heated grips. I can go with that. Yeah, definitely. I think heated grips are a worthwhile addition. Yeah, all in good time, BC. All in good time. Although you've got young Harry there, he's not even 21 yet, and he's got a European trip planned. We've had lasses come in, do the training, bike straight into European tours. It's really your, you as an individual, and everybody has their own sort of, strengths and weaknesses and their own limitations. Definitely. Well, listen, we can put you in touch with Harley in Manchester if you don't know him already. Get yourself a test ride, Sophie. And if you do the little test drive, get a video and we'll do a review of one. It does help, Harry. Absolutely. 3 years on a 125 is a lot of miles under your belt. So yes, well done. But yeah, Sophie, you could be our, you've got yourself a camera set up, Sophie. You could do us some reviews, you could go and go around some of the local dealerships and have some test rides on some bikes and do us some little reviews of them. How does that sound? I think Sophie would be quite good at that. Well, we've got cameras and things that you could probably borrow. We've got GoPros, we've got drifts, we've got Senna cameras, we've got a whole range of Graham's got cameras, Sylvia's got cameras. So we have ample, which reminds me, Sylvia, you need to do some videos. And where is the chief tonight? The chief is not the chief is not joined us tonight. He's probably having a power nap. Can't keep up with the pace. Or, great, he's probably shocked. He's probably shocked like Charlie. They're probably shocked that United managed to win this afternoon. David Moyes certainly gave him that. Yeah, have we not got your title yet, Sophie? Yeah, we are waiting for Daisy. We're waiting for Daisy to do some more videos. Now, what I'm going to do, because Daisy is Daisy could be a YouTube sensation. She doesn't know it, but she could be a YouTube global superstar. That's my prediction with Daisy. But she's very, very lazy. Did you hear that, Daisy? I think Daisy could be a global superstar. She started doing very quick videos every day. Do a quick video every day. You could do for the girls, putting your makeup on, putting your eyelashes on, or whatever you're doing your hair, whatever it is you're doing, film it, video every day, and you'd get such a following. And for those of you that have forgotten what channel she is in, there is Daisy's channel again. So Daisy, get yourself doing them. So please, anybody that is watching, any of you girls anyway, give Daisy a follow. Give her a follow on her YouTube channel, Sylvia. And we need a title for Sophie. I'll tell you what, Sophie, you could get together with Daisy. So Sophie lives in Chester, Daisy lives in Burscough. You two could get together because Sophie's got some ideas on ladies' bike brands and stuff like that. So Daisy, you could get together with Sophie. So can we have can we come up with a title for Sophie? As you all know, if none of you know, but you've got Rob the Master, Graham the Chief, Sylvia the Sergeant, Ashley the Commander. You've got John the Teacher. We've all got little AKAs. You've got Lisa the Boss, Graham. Charlie's the poodle, isn't he?
No.
What's Charlie?
He's the boss.
No, you're the boss. Speedy Sophie.
Is she on speed?
Speedy Sophie. Could be. Speedy Sophie. Don't know. What do you think, everybody? Speedy Sophie. Yeah, I'm running out of supplies. My supplies are running out. I've finished my plate of goodies. I've finished me M&Ms. I've finished my orange juice, and now I'm on my little San Miguel. Yep, I'm having a little film. I'm just enjoying myself here. I'm running out, but I might have to go in the fridge and see what other little goodies there are, because I need to keep me energy up. Strictly Sophie. Speedy Sophie or Strictly Sophie? No, BC, I'm not. I'm here for the month of September, and I've not been on a bike, no. And to be honest with you, I've not really missed it, although we have seen a few bikes out, not many, but a few bikes out, and I sort of do get a little bit of an urge, but no, I'm not here to ride bikes this time. I'm here to just to do a bit of gardening and any little bits of jobs around around the villa and just chilling out. It's that's all it is. So no, I don't. I do miss the bike, but I don't miss the bike. But I am thinking about getting the bike down. Yes. Oh. Well, that reminds me. Maybe then, Sophie, it could be lean it more, Sophie. Lean it more, Sophie. That would be a good one. Lean it more, Sophie. Lean it more, Sophie. I like it. Well, you're still only on 90 subscribers, Daisy, so nobody's subscribing to your channel. I am trying for you. I am trying, Daisy. There's a link again if anybody wants to have another go. But try and get that up. It'd be nice for you to get up to 100, wouldn't it, Daisy? There's a few girls on here tonight, so why not? Oh, Harry, you're naughty. You're not. Yeah, you're going to be getting back on that naughty step. So who watched your football this afternoon then? Who watched your United versus West Ham? That was a bit of a lucky game, wasn't it? Yeah, United. So David Moyes let somebody come off the bench. First kick was a penalty. Bloody missed, didn't he? Or it got saved, but hey up. That's not good, is it? If anybody's into the football. Well, it was until the end. I cannot believe that David Moyes allowed somebody to come off the bench and take a first kick for a penalty. So they deserved to lose it. No crazy nights. No crazy nights. Tucked up in bed. Those days have long, long gone. I think the most crazy night is having a nice little cup of coffee on the beachfront after having a meal. That's probably the most crazy of nights. Bob the biker. Bob the biker.
Bob the gardener.
I've been Bob the gardener the last 2 weeks.
You've been Rod the driver.
Rod the driver. Rob the driver, Bob the gardener, Bob the biker. So young Charlie not on tonight. He's probably fallen asleep. Can't keep up with the pace. Graham's not on tonight. He's probably fallen asleep. Oliver's not on tonight. Where are they all? Superhero. Yeah, well, nothing wrong going nuts. Plenty over here. Where to be honest, where we are, it's pretty quiet, and it's not a lot of. If you go a bit further north to say like somewhere like Alicante, it's still very nice in Alicante, but a bit louder, a bit busier. And then you go up to, if you go further at Benidorm, obviously going to be a lot busier up there. But go south from here is Torrevieja, further a bit busier. But where we are here in Guadamar, it's fairly tame. It's, you know, it's pretty well behaved. And if you go down on the front, good evening, Oliver. Thank you very much for joining us. Was just talking about you and thinking, where is Oliver tonight? Probably needing his power nap. Yes, Sylvia is now on holiday, well deserved. Are you going away, Sylvia, or are you staying at home? Getting over to see the family, possibly, in Ireland? Yeah, so Oliver's doing a bit of a project on some uniform, looking at a new supplier for all of our beanie hats and caps and hoodies and sweatshirts and polo shirts, all the sort of bits that we wear and sell a bit on the internet as well. Which reminds me, Sophie, we've got some clothing for you. When I get back, I will come and bring it over. AWA, Rob, we have seen your new haircut and cool looking tan and designer glasses, all good, but what is attached to your frames, Lee? This is so I don't lose my glasses. See? Yeah, so I don't lose my glasses. And it's a very strong one from Spec. They never, because they normally break here, but these are really, really good. Oh, feel better soon, Harry. All the best, mate. Look after yourself, and thank you for joining us. Feel better, young man. Smart yet casual gear. Excuse me. Yeah, what have we got, Soph? We got baseball caps, we got polo shirts, but we will be getting other bits and bobs in due course. Got you some basic stuff, but then we'll look at getting something a bit more.
What about RJ underwear?
Yeah.
Who needs Calvin Klein when you can get RJH?
Yeah, who needs Calvin Klein when you can get RJH? Maybe a new brand of underwear, eh? New brand of Y fronts. So you like my new haircut then, do you? AW8? You like my new haircut? Gone for it a little bit shorter on the top, shorter on the sides. Number 1 at the bottom, going up to number 2, and then scissor cut on the top.
Tell them about the barber you went to.
Yeah, only went for a because I had it all short anyway. Only went for a little bit off the top. Anyway, I was in there for about 45 minutes. He was like bloody pruning it here and pruning it there. Local lad here. Oh, flipping heck. Only wanted a little trim. Took him about 45 minutes. Yeah, Sophie says that RJH underwear could be waterproof.
Oh God.
I couldn't have a
Rubber.
buzz cut because my hairline's iffy. My hairline is iffy. I don't like it, so I like to have a little bit of a fringe, only a little bit. It gets a bit frizzy. It's a bit curly on the front. Thank you very much, AW8. Looks better than what it did before. Good. So we're getting still a few here. So what are we on? We're about 1 hour and 7 minutes, about 10 past 9. We're going to be staying on till about 9:30 UK time. How does that sound? So 9:30 UK time, and we'll call it a night. But I do appreciate you all coming onto the live stream. And just a very chilled out Sunday evening. So any suggestions for a live stream midweek? We could repeat things like Module 1. We could repeat things like Module 2. So any suggestions regarding a live stream for midweek? Bearing in mind I am in Spain, so I have no props or anything available. But I'd be more than happy to come back on midweek, maybe Wednesday, for a live stream. Mod 2. Advice for a complete beginner. Back to basics, advice for a complete beginner. Module 2. Suggestion topics: best bikes for engine brake endurance, hazard avoidance and emergency stop, module 1. One for the future, life after module 1 and module 2. Next steps. A few good suggestions coming up. ERS, yeah. Further training, so that's post, isn't it? Post mod 1 and 2. Enhanced rider scheme, the DVSA led, but further training. Yeah, further training. DVSA sort of encourages you to do ERS post mod 2 before advanced, sort of stepping stone. So yeah. Could come up with something like that. Yeah. Any further training is always beneficial. Far away, AW8. Andy, tell you a little story, Andy, about many years ago. Good question. Many years ago. It was the old test, the road test, a 40-minute road test. It wasn't a module 1 and module 2. So module 1, you could take that anywhere. It's going to be the same. So whether you're not local to the area, it doesn't make any difference. It's the same. Module 1 is the off-road. It's the same. Module 2. And this is a story I tell people when they say, I live there, I was going to be tested. So I'm like, okay, well, why? Many years ago, a lad said to me, I want to do my bike test. I said, yeah. He said, but I want Macclesfield. I said, well, okay, not a problem. We use Macclesfield. We used Northwich. At the time, we used Macclesfield and Northwich. We used Burton-on-Trent. We used Newcastle-under-Lyme. And yeah, not a problem. Go to Macclesfield. Why do you want to go Macclesfield? He said, well, I've been born and bred. I know the roads like the back of my hands and so forth. So yeah, not a problem then. Go over to Macclesfield. Anyway, we did this test in Macclesfield and he failed. And basically, two, it's a set of traffic lights, and one was straight on, was on green, going straight on, and turning right or left was red to stop. And he came along, dual carriageway, came along, stopped on a green light on dual carriageway, failed, looking at the wrong set of lights. And that's because he knows the area. Yeah, he's born and bred there. He knows the roads like the back of his hand. So my answer to that would be personal choice, but you do not have to do your test in an area because you know it. And if you do your test in an area you don't know, you tend to be more alert and you tend to be looking for more information. So I would personally say that I prefer people to do their tests in areas that they don't know. And yes, we have on the channel test routes filmed. We have filmed test routes and things, but we don't, I would say 90% of the time, we do not do any training around the test centres. Does ERS really offer any cash value benefit over, say, IAM or ROSPA? Depends on your insurance company. The ERS is recognised by certain insurance companies, the same as IAM or ROSPA. But I would say different insurance companies will, they all work differently. So I would say that it could, and I would also say it might not. So check with your insurance company and ask the question. Let us know. Ask the question and let us know what they say. More Atherton routes, yeah. Well, again, it's going back to we don't train test routes, but yeah, we can certainly do a bit more fulfillment around Atherton, but that's not going to happen overnight, Ada. That's probably something that'll be sort of months down the line now, I would think. But yeah, and we have got a few Athertons on there. Yeah, you just got to check with your insurance company, AWA. Yeah, they're all different. So check with your insurance company. But yes, it is very relative, because most insurance companies would offer you a better rate if you're considered to be a better rider. There is no doubt about that. No, Andy, I have not. So I've been teaching for 2002, so 18 years, 19 years next year. So actually, no, coming up to 20 years I've been teaching. RJH have been training. So I set up RJH 2003, so just shy of 19 years. And no, I've not always been teaching. So previously to teaching, my background is the rag trade. So I was 23 years in the rag trade, buying and selling shops. Dealing with general public. So yeah, buying and selling men's, ladies in the rag trade, men's and ladies clothing. That's my background. And then 2002, 2001, 2002, got into teaching and set up RJH in 2003. Always been riding bikes since I was 7. Or say that's when I was first introduced into riding bikes. I've had a love affair with them ever since. So next year, my first time on a bike, next year I will be celebrating 50 years of riding a motorcycle. AW8, how much does ERS cost? We don't offer ERS in our product service. We can take you to most of the advanced, but we do not offer ERS. We have in the past, but we haven't offered it for quite a few years. which is probably one of the reasons that we didn't continue with it, because we had to pay. So as instructors, we have to pay to be on the register of ERS. And so the cost effective, if you go in a few years without having any takers on the ERS, it's something that just wasn't adding up. But, you know, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing. Any further training that you can do is going to be of benefit.